Well, welcome to the Startup Espresso. I'm Hall T. Martin, the host of the show, where we talk about raising funding for your startup and the time it takes to have an espresso. I hope you enjoy this episode. Hello, this is Hall T. Martin with the Startup Funding Espresso, your daily shot of startup funding and investing. In angel investing, it's important to set aside funds for the startup investments. In most cases, investors dedicate 5 to 15% of their discretionary funds to angel investing. There are several issues with asset allocation for angel investing compared to publicly traded stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Startup investments are illiquid as there's no market for resale. Transferring stock is greatly limited due to SEC rules. To achieve a gain, you must hold the stock for up to 7 to 10 years in most cases. Many startups fail completely and are tax write-offs. Determine upfront how much you want to invest based on the 5 to 15% of your portfolio rule. Divide by 10 to get the total number of startups you can invest in, and then divide the investment amount by 2 to get the initial investment per startup, leaving the second half for a follow-on round. Here's an example. Let's say you have a portfolio of $3.5 million. 15% of $3.5 million yields $525,000 to invest in startups. Dividing $25K by 10 gives me $52K per startup that I can invest. Dividing the $52K by 2 means I can invest $26K for each startup, leaving another $26K for each follow-on investment. Start with 3 investments per year. It's important to be selective. After a few years and some gains, you can reinvest some of the profits into more startups. There are tax laws that make it attractive to roll your gains from one startup investment into another. Thank you for joining us for the Startup Funding Espresso, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. Let's go start up something today. Hall T. Martin is the director of Investor Connect, which is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to the education of investors for early stage funding. All opinions expressed by Hall and podcast guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Investor Connect. This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions.